right, hello everybody. Welcome back to Wireheads. This week is a little different. Even though normally it's an even episode, I would be leading. We're doing everything on my buddy's channel today. But for brief introductions, for anybody who may not know who we are, we're 66 episodes in. Good gods. I'm Diamond Dust. I do a lot of Cyberpunk Red content on Twitch, YouTube, and also work as a professional game master as well. And joining me, as always, every week, my best friend.
Hi, my name's Emmerron. I have a red water bottle this week. It's so good to see all of you. I'm the other guy who works here. I am co-host of this show, pro GM over on StartPlaying, RPG coordinator for Double Exposure, breaker of chains, and quite possibly the GM for Neon Inferno. So we've got a couple hats spinning around my head. And then joining us this week for our lovely show for a discussion about dinosaurs, maybe a little bit of cyberpunk, but the vast majority this time will be dinosaurs, because the last time the vast majority was cyberpunk. We have James Hutt, who is the, I believe, senior game designer is your title over at Artelsorian.
Senior game designer, Artelsorian Games, and line lead on Talsorian Presents, which is the publisher for Fossilized Violence.
Which we are very excited for. We're very, very excited to be able to talk to you a little bit more about the game. Especially as Diamond and I have been pretty uniquely privileged to get a few times to sit down and actually play the game and see what that's all about in the last 2 or so years at this point, I think, at conventions and things like that. So it's been very, very cool to see this project kind of slowly work its way toward completion. So I suppose to just kind of kick things off, we're good.
Yeah,
we're chilling.
And I suppose on my end, like I've only gotten to really play Fossilized Violence once, but I've gotten to watch some of the demos. I'm very intrigued by it. Look forward to the game coming out at some point soon, TM, whenever that may be.
Yeah,
when it's done, when it's ready, and it is soon TM at this point.
That is beautiful to hear. So for anyone in the audience that's maybe watching this and is saying, what the heck is Fossilized Violence? What is the elevator pitch version of the game that you would tell someone?
I'll read the back of the book.
Oh yeah.
Soon TM is we're done with layout. We're good. We're just waiting for the right time. And we are starting up the marketing, I guess, soonish. But it's all about getting it in the right stuff, because there's a lot of stuff coming out at TAL in the next couple of months. In case you looked at your calendar.
I mean,
Solo of Fortune just came out, which fantastic.
It did. A lot of stuff has been coming out.
Yeah.
And we don't like to compete with ourselves.
No.
That's not good, because it's very difficult to beat yourself up and win.
Yeah.
So it's a prehistoric role-playing game. In Fossilized Violence, early humanity risks everything to fight back against evolving dinosaurs on a primeval world called Pangeon. It's all about fighting dinos as cavemen, and that's the 5-second version. There's a lot of it goes deeper. We'll get into the deeper part. But if you want to play with those plastic dinosaur toys on your game table that you still have around from when you were a kid, this is the game you do it in.
And that so far has been very much the experience I've had with it. It's been a blast. Yeah.
So I remember first whisperings of Fossilized Violence was Gen Con 2024. I mean, I wouldn't say it was whisperings. I mean, you even had a fantastic poster for it as well.
Shall we talk about the fantastic poster for 5 seconds?
Please.
We do have a question covering that if we want to jump to it. But but Oh boy.
I love it so
So,
much.
And
that is not just fantastic. That's an original work by Bob Eggleton.
It's
exactly.
incredible.
He's famous, of course, for Godzilla.
So,
that just happened. We didn't plan that. We shot our shot, and sometimes they text back.
hey, yeah, I know. Well, I remember it's so fun hearing you still talk about it with that giddy, like, I can't believe this actually happened. Like, because you've had that image now, I think since Gen Con of 24, right? Or
I've been
just
riding
before.
high on that on that image for a long time.
Yeah, I was about to say, like,
I
every
mean-
time you've talked about this game, in private or in public, that has been and guys, you won't believe who we got to do the cover art. But truly, it is a really cool thing.
No,
it's
it's
the Bob Eggleton work. It's
Mhm.
fantastic.
I hope they judge the book by its cover. I
That
hope they
is-
do it. This one
That is
time.
an incredible statement.
Because that actually was going to be a question I was going to bring up later, but I'll go ahead and bring it up now because Emmerron and I, we have talked with Winter J, and
Mhm.
we've also talked with you in the past in regards to the game and like some of the artwork with it. Are there
Yeah.
any other highlights that you want to mention with artwork?
For artists?
Yes, like
Yeah.
who else we got? Oh,
Okay, we have doing the big map. The big world map, it's super important for gameplay, and you move around region to region on the map during normal gameplay. So you go to it all the time, so it had to be great. I got Kyle Latino to do it. That's Map Crow on YouTube.
Oh,
Check out his channel.
that's
Yeah,
very cool.
he's my favorite mapping YouTuber. And
Yeah.
I all but begged him to do it when I met him at a
That's
trade
awesome.
show.
Yeah, hey, I mean, I've seen the map of Pangeon. It is a beautiful, beautiful map.
I
Like,
hope so, because you do have to go back to it like every 20 minutes of gameplay. So
Yeah, well,
it better
hey.
be good.
no, I mean, I think it definitely serves the purpose extremely well. I think of like really giving you a good idea of like, okay, here's the different major regions, landmarks, etc. of the continent,
But-
without over complicating them. I think it strikes that beautiful middle ground, that balance.
Yeah, he worked with me. I gave him a like 40-page art script for him to produce that. So that art script took me weeks to write. So I'm glad it's good, and I don't think I would have trusted anybody else with it. So
That's
I do
awesome.
want to give some more artists their flowers.
Please,
In
yeah.
it. RuneQuest is an amazing game. It has amazing art. And we have 2 people from RuneQuest
oh my god.
in the book doing big pieces. Those are Mark Smiley and Lionel Marty.
Wow.
They're both amazing. They're both great. And they're really adding to the color of the world. There's a section of the book that is something I'm considering a prestige type thing, where for 8 pages, you flip the page, you flip the page, and you get 8 pages of art back to back to back to back to back to back to back. And it's all these 8 pages are double page spread, right? Of dinosaurs, flip dinosaurs, flip dinosaurs, flip dinosaurs.
That's incredibly exciting.
I am so happy.
Ridiculously difficult to do that, to manage that. Shout out our art director, Winter J. She did amazing on it, and I'm so glad I didn't have to art direct it, because I don't know if I could have.
Yeah.
I mean, from our
So-
time of talking with Jay, for her, it seems like it is a busy job.
Yeah.
It is. It is. It's lots of emails and fiddly bits and perfections and it's wild. Okay, one last thing, because there are a lot of artists that are great in this book, and I absolutely cannot not mention Dolan Pondsmith. has done every single weapon that you can equip in the
Oh
game.
my god!
Part of every single weapon.
Oh,
this is gonna be great.
yeah, that just got me.
There are
really...
more than 50 of those.
Oh my god!
Like seeing like Bullet's weapon art in Shadow Scar, like I can't wait to see what the prehistoric weapons are gonna look like here.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the thing, because I know all those artists, like, because the few pieces I've seen mainly are the Continent of Pangeon and the cover art, because those two have been in circulation and promotional material for a minute now. That just got me really excited to see the other internal art, though, because that's the stuff I've seen very, very little, if any, of. And that is very exciting to hear who we've got on those teams. That's really cool.
So yes, there will be a lot of cool stuff in the book to look at, and I think the world is all better for it.
I would agree. I mean, the people you've just mentioned are just like, yeah, you got a crazy stellar cast of artists to work on that. So
absolutely.
So as far as, let's talk about, I guess, the development, kind of the origin of the thing, if for a moment. So initially, when did you get the idea for the game, and what are some of the kind of landmark changes that have happened between conception to essentially pre-publication at this point, where we're past layout?
Okay, so the initial like, maybe there could be a game that was like this idea. I was playing around the idea of a game about barbarians. Okay. Initially, I actually have made a tabletop role-playing game about barbarians. It's called Barbarians Behaving Badly. It was released for not free RPG day, but like the one-page RPG contest. I go look for it, I guess. But,
I might.
But yeah, I did that with the oh gosh, I gotta get this book out. We're gonna talk about it. Promise. Couple seconds.
No, it's okay. It's okay. He's got to run. It's okay.
Yeah, this is always exciting to see what's gonna happen here.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm looking at Barbarians Behaving Badly, and I'm finding that it is also the name of a TV series, apparently, which is truly funny. Like,
yeah, that was not planned.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to really dig.
I made it with the lead dev from Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland.
Oh wow!
Brian Shutter.
Wow.
And we just threw it together. It has a weird system where you roll a die to determine which die you're rolling. Mapping the rest of a polyhedral set onto a D6.
Okay.
And it's played with a sand timer, and the objectives are crazy. Like, you are a barbarian. We transport you into a space, and we tell you the first one to eat 100 hot dogs wins. It's a silly game, but I had so much fun making it that I was like, man, I remember playing a barbarian in 5th edition. And I liked playing a barbarian in 5th edition. It was a good time. But the problem was I couldn't tell the stories from barbarian fantasy stuff that I'd read. Like, I couldn't be Conan.
Sure.
Right? Because you can't be a barbarian when you're, like, kind of surgically attached to a wizard walking around, right? That has all the same goals as you, right? You're trying to get the emerald from the evil sorcerer's tower, right? And you're a barbarian, and you want to, bust through the door and whatnot, and the wizard just teleports you to the top, and you're like, great, now I don't have to fight through the fun tower. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of annoying to be around this nerd all the
Yeah.
time if you're a barbarian,
Yeah.
right?
I play a lot of cleric and wizards.
Okay, look,
Yeah.
I'm the wizard main in the chat right now.
I'm glad you feel called out.
So, yeah, and in Conan, like, Conan gets to be Conan because he's a solo play character running around and he's the main character, right?
Right.
So I kind of made a barbarian game where there's one main character, and the other people get to play like, I'm going to be a side character, but this is very clearly, this is Conan, right?
Mm.
You know, I'm Conan's plucky assistant. We know that one of us is like more narratively powerful than the other.
Sure.
And whatnot. And then I was like, what about like a team up thing where you could have like Conan and She-Ra in the same comic book, right? Equal power. And I was like, okay, yeah, this doesn't work as well. But what if I tried to make it work? It's a little weird to have everyone be a barbarian.
Sure.
And because I need to get adversaries that constantly need to be fought by 3+ barbarians. There are not that many adversaries that need that, like half a Black Knight's fortress. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. Sure. Yeah, if we're talking traditional
to,
fantasy, yeah.
Keeping up with that level of power does not make any sense. And I looked for the perfect enemy.
Mm.
And obviously, the answer took me back to the Barbarians Behaving Badly game. And in there, we had different barbarians. You could be any number of barbarians across space and time.
Mm-hmm.
For example, you could be a football hooligan. And we identified them as a type of barbarian.
Yeah.
I love that.
And of course, we had caveman. And then I was caveman fighting dinosaurs. It's the perfect enemy for a group of 3 barbarians to want to fight, to have to fight. It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And what could be more fun? The rest of it kind of just fell into place there. And the dice system was stuff that I had been working on for a different project, where I was like, I want volatility within the role, but I want simplicity in, how I figure out what I'm doing.
Sure.
So the D4 of Fate is one of the core mechanics in Fossilized Violence. That's the D4 you roll with your stat die together. And whenever that 4 rolls a 4, you get another D4 and you roll it and you add it in 2. And you will keep going until you stop rolling a 4. And because the criticals are based on how much higher your attack roll is than your opponent's defense roll, that's the way you can unlock those criticals and then super criticals for getting 10 over. And that's just a fun enough core to base a nice, tight 200-page core rule book. You get everything in the movie, right? We don't need a sequel. Everything you'd need to play a long campaign if you wanted. Naturally breaks down into short bursts. That's where I'm going with the answer. I don't know if I really got all the way there, but
no, not only did you answer the question, you answered 2 others that we had on our little document that we have on our end. So no, that's not even a sorry thing. You're efficient. That's awesome. So the one thing I guess I want to ask to clarify just a little here is, so when you were making the initial kind of game design of Fossilized Violence, it sounds like both the kind of the fiction that you're playing with as the sort of narrative backdrop and the dice system kind of sort of got co-developed roughly around the same time as one another, just not integrated together initially. Is that?
Oh no, I got a full barbarian themed world lore thing that I threw out in order to build Pangeon around the caveman concept. No. There's other versions I'm not showing you. We don't worry. That's we throw things out all the time. Plenty of that was like this is more Conan dark fantasy, and I moved toward like I want to focus on the dinosaurs and the cultures, and I want to refocus on a team story. So
Okay.
yeah. Don't worry. There's tons of shit that I had to throw out to get there. I still tried 12 things and saw the one that worked.
Yeah.
This shit is not easy.
No, yeah.
Sorry.
No. Yeah, I kind of get it because I know.
Generate.
I know even reading the way that things kind of developed, because of having a little bit without talking about it really at all in detail.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I've had a little more insight than Diamond has because I've had a chance to play test the game at different stages. And I remember there were definitely stages of that where there was very little we knew about the world beyond the 4 tribes that you can kind of play as within the game. And so like watching that kind of be more crystallized with time has been a very interesting thing to witness for me personally. Because there is, like you've said, there is meat on the bones there. It's not like there's nothing despite this being a single book RPG.
Yeah, no, 200 pages is a long time. You will get your full world lore. There are corners and interesting places you get to go, and you get to meet tons of people. Like there are like 8 different cities in it that are pretty fleshed out in terms of where they are, what they're near, who's there, what do they care about, what's their problems. And each little region on that map has its own description. You know, there's no like, this is the desert. It's a desert. On Pangeon, this is the scaled plains. It's right next to this oasis. Both those places, you can go there, take separate different quests, and there are different dinosaurs there. Anyway.
No, that definitely.
It kind of treats each locale as a part of the another character.
Yeah, and I definitely could see that because there's plenty of that within even just what I've gotten to experience of the game, where it's very like the environments. Because I don't know mechanically how deep you want to dive.
As deep as you like.
So with I guess for the angle of like the environment being another character, and the world as a character, I know I've gotten to see some of the shapes that takes. Obviously, with how it can affect the dinosaurs within there, things can change pretty rapidly. But I'm curious, like when you were building that out, and like maybe you could describe a little of that for the audience. How did you, I guess, design and build the concept of Pangeon and its various locales as a kind of another character at the table?
Right. So I'm super inspired by a type of map that I don't really know the name of, but it's a feeling. And if you ever played with Bionicles as a kid,
oh, I played a ton of Bionicles.
The world of Matanui.
Yeah, yep.
Matanui's like level of detail. I wanted to take that one sort of click on the specificity spectrum further.
Sure.
Because stop me if you've heard this before. There's a big continent, and it has an icy place and a warm place and a deep jungle, and also a desert.
Yep.
Just like the classic environments of media, pop media, stuff like that. I'm also a huge Monster Hunter fan. And those are always the classic maps in Monster Hunter.
Right.
You know, you go to the volcano. Okay, let's go to the ice area. Okay, let's go to the field area. Let's go to the jungle area.
Yeah.
Let's go to the desert. So I grew up with getting that in Bionicles and at Matt Nui, playing Monster Hunter and, you know, having those different locale types there. Playing Pokemon, to be honest, the different routes in Pokemon are also themed that way.
Yeah.
I mean, any MMOs you play, the same way as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
I can't speak for WoW, but that kind of described Eorzea.
Wow.
Like
14
right
has them all. Yeah. I mean, every MMO I've played has some representation of, I think, each of those localities. Yeah. Yeah.
For sure. That is 100% like you know what those areas are. Feel like media. And I wanted to go to take those and then break them up into different places in that. Like I'd take the Great Jungle and I split the Great Jungle into like, this is a wetter part of the jungle and this is a deeper part of the jungle. And then I put a hex grid over it. I was like, this is there's a glade here. There's different things here. And then sort of marked out each of the different little bits on those hexes until I got to every bit of the map had a different unique thing going on. No matter how you would travel through it.
That's awesome.
I was inspired a lot by there's a game called, it has a really hard to remember name. I'm so sorry. This game is really freaking good.
Describe it.
UVG Ultraviolet Grasslands. It's a tabletop role-playing game. It's really, really good and has great writing. And the core conceit is that you're traveling across this big map that spans over many pages, and you're going from point to point as you make your trip from the beginning to the end. You're crossing the ultraviolet grasslands.
That's
really good.
That's very cool. Well, and I
wanted that, but then compressed,
yeah,
and made into like a classic pop culture environment map. And then I wanted to, for the flavor wise of the world, I wanted to make it hyper real Earth. Like there are beautiful things in our, on our planet that we don't like get to see all the time. Like, oh God, I'm going to mispronounce this horribly. Singi da Barama. It's this. It's just a natural wonder of the world. It's all these like limestone spikes.
Oh, I know where you're talking about. Yeah. Where like water is like carved
causeway.
out. Yeah.
You know those Uluru.
Yeah.
Those beautiful natural environments. You know, Rainbow Falls in Hawaii.
Yeah.
In Pangeon, those are normal and they're everywhere. So everywhere is this extreme, like National Geographic treasure level environment.
Oh, goodness.
That's fun.
So everything is just like ridiculously beautiful and dangerous and extreme, and it's full of cool dinosaurs. Which we should probably talk about dinosaurs. I feel like we have not talked about dinosaurs yet.
No,
I mean, you kind of have to have the platform that the dinosaurs are on.
Right. No, now, exactly.
I suppose that actually does get to a question that I also had, like when you were creating the dinosaurs here. Actually, I think this is one of the questions that you wrote down, Emmerron.
It might have been mine, yeah. What saved or caused them to go to the chopping block? Which ones got stats and which ones didn't?
Right. So there are a lot of dinosaurs.
Yes.
There are a lot of dinosaurs. But here's the crazy part. There are more dinosaurs that we don't know about than dinosaurs that we do know about.
That's crazy.
Isn't that wild?
That is a wild fact.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's for sure. We do not have more than 50% of all known dinosaurs. We don't. We just
Wild.
don't. There's no possible way that we are that good at paleontology. Because we suck at paleontology. We are really bad. The more I did research for this book, the more I realized how educated our guesses are. In like every 5 years, we figure out that we were totally wrong in a ridiculous way. It didn't have feathers. It has feathers. That's not an arm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This never swim. You know what I mean? Big ways, right?
Right.
Like if we got that wrong, if we were as wrong about animals, like existing animals, as we are about some dinosaurs, we would have like, oh, well, it turns out that puppies don't have hair. They have scales, guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
Actually.
Isn't that just where the gator is?
Right?
Swamp puppy.
So I did a draft. And what I did was, and this is creepy, and I'm sorry. I went to the grocery store and I took pictures of everything that had a dinosaur on it. Then I went to then I went to Staples, I believe. And I took pictures of all the stationery that had dinosaurs on it. Then I went to a toy store and I took pictures of every dinosaur there. I opened all the books. I took pictures of all of the dinosaurs in all of the books. I then cataloged every single image. I didn't do this for one township. I did this at 4 different different cities.
That's incredibly wow. That's thorough.
Because I paid special attention to places that children would go. And you learn things when you do that. The first thing you learn is that some things that technically aren't dinosaurs are dinosaurs. Popularly, Dimetrodon, not a dinosaur. Does it show up in dinosaur media with a huge rate? Yes.
No die.
Felt great.
Don't die.
You good? Oh no.
Over in chat. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Continue, James. The question was, how many security guards did you talk to? Oh my god. That's my wife, everybody. Oh.
Yeah. Oh no.
Anyway, so I called it the dinosaur draft. I was keeping tallies and whatnot, and the idea was the grand majority of dinosaurs would be from the draft, and then I would do some free agents that I think are cool, that were found recently, and we would maybe be the only game with one of them.
Oh wow.
I was wondering, also, were you just looking at because I remember at one point you'd mentioned using plastic dinosaur toys,
That too.
Looking through the buckets and seeing what were in those buckets. I imagine was part of it. See,
I did do that at every toy store.
Every single one.
All right.
Yep.
I'm so sorry, guys. I was not ready for that. I was mid sip.
Don't worry. In I think Redmond, Bellevue, and Renton, there are only 8 toy stores. It did not take very long.
Yeah.
I got this all done in like 2 days.
That's actually pretty speedy.
That's impressive.
Sure.
Yeah,
Good job.
That
All I'm doing
was
is taking
just
photos of it.
That's awesome.
well. And so, was it 2 days to take and catalog like
Dino
the photos,
nuggets.
or did the cataloging then take another couple days?
Cataloging is not that hard once you have a bunch of photos.
That's fair.
I went
All right.
through 10. I mean, I went through 10,000, lithographs that were pulled off of like microfiches in when I was doing sugarworms. So,
Oh,
yes, to find ones that didn't suck.
okay.
And that took
Fair.
a week. This is much easier, actually.
No, I can imagine. So then, of the dinosaurs that made the cut, were there multiple stages of you kind of narrowing the list before you settled on the list that we actually
It
have in the back
became
of the book?
very clear.
Okay.
My data showed
Okay. Yeah.
that
Oh,
it's the center, this big center here,
Yep.
in the data was like 23 dinosaurs have most of the wealth. Did you know that the top 23 dinosaurs make as much? Sorry, this is a bad joke.
we have to redistribute it. No.
There's
That's
the
welcome here.
cyberpunk side of the podcast.
Oh God, cybernetic dinosaurs. Life finds a way. Oh no.
Dinosaurs.
Yeah, so
Oh.
James Hutt's dinosaur game radicalized me, is what I'm
I was
saying.
doing all this stuff, and I was like, I'm gonna put a Tharinzosaur in. That'll be really cool. No one's ever done that. And then, like a month later, the new Jurassic Park movie came out. It's on the cover of there.
And
and I
you're
was
like, okay,
that was mine.
that was my idea.
They took the good one. Anyway, so yeah, I think the ones that that I put in that did not get in via merit, I guess.
I mean, technically, if you really think about it, turtles are also dinosaurs. Do we have the tortoise?
No.
Damn.
Don't worry.
There, I believe, is an ankylosaur though, which is kind of the same thing if you squint.
High defense.
No.
Yeah.
That
Little
would
walking
be,
tank.
we put in, let's see. I'm
Man's-
going through the document right now.
Man's got a number crunch.
Draco, Venator.
Yep.
That's a pretty cool little dinosaur that was discovered in China that has these really cool like teeth that go like that.
They kind of like
Oh.
interlock that way. That's weird.
Yes, because they catch fish.
Oh.
Oh,
So I like them.
that's
so they got
awesome.
in.
Yeah.
And the only toy of them is life size.
Oh.
It's like this big.
Oh my God, they're so little.
I know. They're so tiny.
I really hope your perception checks are good, because I could. Sorry.
Oh, we've. I
right on
think.
the spin.
I think
Right
got
on the
to.
spin.
I got to pilot one of those during one of the tests, and those were fun. My party hated me, but
Just bite their leg.
they're
Easy
fun.
peasy.
I like our flying dinosaur, where we ended up with the flying dinosaur rule. It's less like it's in the air, you can't touch it, and it's more like every time it tries to attack you, you can hit it, and if you bonk it once, it can't fly.
I'm gonna shake it up a bit.
Yeah.
I suppose something else because like during PAX 2024, I know we were talking a little bit about Fossilized Violence and some of your work on it over lunch. What are some core mechanics that you feel are unique to Fossilized Violence and you don't often see used elsewhere? Because I know one of them in particular is your measurement system for this.
Yes, I remember talking with you about that. So I like making games that do things that other games don't do. Some people are like, that's not a big deal for me. I want to make the best game I can with you doing anything. For me, I put a large value on the novelty of the play experience. That's what led me to, honestly, it's led me to like figure out what would be the boxcars critical injuries in Cyberpunk Red. That was this type of thing. Like, what if we could figure out if we got a crit at a glance, and then get excited, control the sort of like excitement of the damage. If there could be an additional thing you had to look for, and the only thing you had to look for was a good thing. So it's kind of a celebration of how good you did. Anyway, in this game, the exploding fours, I think, are one of the big showcase mechanics. They link into the critical injury system. The critical injury system is much bigger in Fossilized Violence. Each of the dinosaurs has its own critical table presented on their sheet. So that's 25 different critical injury tables just for dinosaurs. And then players get access to a piercing, bludgeoning, and slashing table. And then everybody gets access to a thing called a supercritical table, which goes on top of another crit. So super crits are a supercritical modifier from the supercritical table plus a crit, which gives them like a lot of replayability, because you might get this one with that one, and you probably won't see that roll again in a long time. Other showcase mechanics in Fossilized Violence, the movement mechanic is a big showcase mechanic because it uses toys. Let's pretend this is a dinosaur. I don't have one near me because they are all at the office.
Yeah.
So you put the dinosaur down on the playfield, and its front leg, you put it to the back of your hand, and then you put its back leg, let's be best in this case, at the tip of your middle finger, and it sort of walks forward in that way. That's called moving a hand. Then we have moving a finger, which is the same thing, but with your knuckle and the tip of your finger. And this makes you constantly like touch the game. Additionally, the whole game is dice. You're touching things, you're rolling the dice, you're touching your character, you're moving your character. When you do a melee attack, you pick up your character and you physically tap the thing you're attacking. So you get that like dinosaurs fighting sort of thing that we all did as children. And I like it because you have to be like there physically. And there's very little like actually stopping to write something down in this game. The HP of your character can be kept track of using a D20 spin down die, like we all have. 20-sided spin down dice for, I don't know, maybe a card game or something.
Yeah.
Probably got them around.
I've got probably half a dozen.
I think there's an overlap.
Yeah.
I think there's an overlap. Otherwise, you can get one for 50 cents at literally any card store. They're just giving them away.
Yeah. And that, like you said, that assumes they even charge you for it.
Right, yeah. No, they're just like, I want to take one.
Yeah.
We got so many of these things.
Yeah, exactly.
So yes, you can spin down your health, and you can keep track of the violence points via like those glass marble markers. Just flick them away, flick them toward you, roll dice, move with your hands, and none of this made you notate what you were doing.
Yeah.
Right? Unless a big thing happened, like you got a critical injury that was persistent. Usually they're not persistent, and you don't have to notate. Anyway, that's the That's like a secret third showcase mechanic, which is just a complete purge of anything annoying, so that you can focus entirely on the game.
Yeah.
And the game can be actually rather complex, but because I've purged everything that would cause a pause in gameplay, it does not play that way.
I actually recall you during 2024 like emphasizing this is a role-playing game with 2 L's, not LE at the end of that. So this is what you mean by it, that it's just very much the dice stay rolling, things keep moving.
The dice is rolling, people are moving. Your turn is much shorter in Fossilized Violence. You still get a ton of options for stuff to do in your turn. Like, you can do, I think there are 13 rather like comprehensive fossilized moves of anything you basically could want to do, with an extra one being like, use the environment. That's more of like, here are some guidelines to working with your game master to like, I want to fling the tree back at him.
Right.
There's no fling the tree back at him paragraph, but there is, this is how you would go about doing that. I think it covers most of what you do as a caveman. Battle cry, I want to look for a weak point, I want to get on its back, I want to stick my weapon in and leave it to create a bleed. You do a bunch of cool stuff, and it doesn't take very long. So, yes, it's a double L role-playing game, but it has LE role-playing as well. Outside of combat, there are like designated role-playing scenes that are timed, and at the beginning of combat, there's also a designated role-playing scene where, while the game master is setting up the physical terrain, the players can only speak in character. And those scenes are act as like little breaks in between the combat.
Yeah.
Most of what you're doing is fighting dinosaurs. This is a game about fighting dinosaurs, not about like exploring the human condition of what it means to fight dinosaurs.
I think the fun pairing game to put with this is that the role play has to be done Poetry for Neanderthals style, where you can only speak in concepts. Like, big concepts have to be reduced to 1-syllable words. Like,
I like that. The cavemen on Pangeon, cave people, are not stupid.
Yeah.
They use words we use.
Yeah.
But what they're talking about is stupid. They're cavemen in context, not in dialect.
Yeah, fair.
So there's one of the short stories in there. We've got 1-page flash fiction in it that adds world flavor, and one of them is like, no one has ever smoked meat before, and someone smokes meat for the first time. This is the smartest man on Pangeon who just invented the bucket. He's just now figured out smoking meat. And another village sees this plume and it's like, oh no, they're in danger, and just makes a mad dash to run to help them. And it turns out they're fine. They're just smoking meat. They think it's a smoke signal.
They're just unlocking some new tech. Yeah. That's really funny. So this kind of part of that answer and that discussion kind of naturally leads into a question that Lord Jesus Crust, good old LCC himself, has asked. For the kind of the learning curve, because all games have a learning curve, right? For the learning curve that Fossilized Violence has, would you recommend that new players or GMs play or run Fossilized Violence as their first TTRPG? And would there be potential for like an onboarding process similar to what we have for other games, such as quick start or an introductory scenario in the CRB to help learn the mechanics and expected pace of the game?
We are working on that. We will have a quick start. by the way.
Fun.
So don't worry.
Very cool. Yeah.
So it may be laid out right now.
You know.
Ooh. Well, no, that's exciting.
And yes, it can be shortened down into here's what you need to play. One of the really fun parts is once you get the book, the last couple of pages of the book, the last 10 or so pages, those are all the tables that you'll need. Reprinted just in the back, like, hey, here's a super quick version. You don't have time, flip here. I think because it's designed to be played in person, the value of having those last 10 pages as like an easy reference guide in the back is super high, because the second you get all your friends in a room, man, I know I value every second of that way more than I value, hey, let's all get on a Discord call.
Sure.
Right. Yeah. Every moment is precious, and the back 10 pages of that Fossilized Violence is an easy reference guide that treats that time as precious. It reprints all of the criticals, all of the fossilized moves, just so you know where to go to really quick in the back there. I like it. Plus the map. It also reprints the map.
This does kind of lead into a different question, but Emmerron, did you have something?
Yeah, well, I was just going to comment because that almost reminds me of the way they use the forget the technical term for it, but essentially that normally you have that kind of page within the cover, right? That is normally like white space in most books. I just think of games like Morkborg that have done things with that to use that as like a quick game reference. So that I love hearing that that's something you consider for this as well, because that's one of the handiest things about the way some of those types of books and systems have been designed, is to like, hey, we want this to be quick, dirty, simple, so that we could literally fit it on a 2-page spread and just like have you reference that rather than flipping through the entire book.
The word you're looking for is end papers.
End papers. Thank you. I was like, I know the term. I just couldn't think of it.
And yes, we are hoping we'll have end papers. 95% will have end papers.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know what's going to happen next week. We all really know what's going to happen next week.
I turned 27 next week. That's Maybe. About it. Probably gonna get plastered as well. But
the plans of mice and men. That's the real bottom line of that one.
So, what?
You're lucky
what's up? No.
You're lucky that it wasn't your liver.
Just the accessory.
You can't do this to me, James. You can't.
He can, he is, and he will.
Oh my god. Come on to our show. Anyway, in regards to like that, like respecting your time and like time in general, we've seen opportunities to play 1-hour demos of Fossilized Violence, but let's say it's game night at home and you have to prepare for Fossilized Violence. What would you say, like open shut, like beginning prep for session to end of session? What would a session at home look like if you're the host?
So session prep for Fossilized Violence is a little different than other games because Fossilized Violence is a player-driven experience. The players decide where they want to go. They decide what quests they want to take. They tell you, hey, we're going to go here, and we like that settlement quest. We're going to try to finish that settlement quest, and on the way, we'll do that we'll do that regional quest, because there are two types of quests. Quests you do for settlements, and quests you do in regions that are fully contained to that region. So the players literally chart out, we're going to go here, 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 here in this order. And then we want to take this quest here and this quest there. And we're going to do that in order to do the settlement quest that we're starting here. They have to actually make a route. I mean, the secret is they do it for you. You don't have to.
Now, is that something that could be like planned out in like a sort of inter-session, like, hey, what do we want to do this Friday when we get together kind of thing? Or is that
totally.
Okay, very
There's
cool.
no reason they have to do that when they show up. I mean, if you've got a bunch of people that are on a group text and that's what they want to talk about, I can't stop them.
Yeah, no, fair.
You know what I mean? Like, that is outside of my powers.
It's more just thinking about, like, is there mechanical weight to making that decision at the table versus it just being a casual conversation between sessions?
They might get a couple in and go, we should not be in a 3-star area. Let's make an adjustment to the route, and then they just route around it.
Yeah.
The world is intentionally set up where if you're like that, you can just go there. Just as you do more settlement quests, sometimes you can unlock new routes on the map too. Like, oh, we can open a tunnel that goes from here to here, so we don't have to go up and down around the ridge anymore. Or, ooh, there's an underwater tunnel that lets us go directly to the watery area of the jungle from the deep, dark part of the jungle. Stuff like that. But mostly, you'd know. And if you start, getting your butt kicked by dinosaurs, which happens a lot, there are rules for like, oh, and then one of our friends showed up to replace the dead guy. Because that happens a lot in Fossilized Violence. Character death is very real. It would be a little bit weird to have a game where you get to fight a T-Rex where it can't eat you.
That's fair, yeah.
Also, the T-Rex is really, really powerful because it's a T-Rex.
Yes, he is. I have some first-hand knowledge of how good that thing is. Thing's scary.
And you keep mentioning like quests, and I don't know how far you want to get into it because I know that's probably like a big part of it. But what you're saying,
if you want to read a few,
we have like we have quest chains like in an MMO that get us around the world. They're
not chains.
Okay,
they don't chain together. There's a couple of times where it's like, hey, if you've already done this, then this person can show up. Like, there's a very cute, I think it's cute. There's a quest in, I'll pull it up. Cloud Watch. In the Spear Tip Collective. This one is called...
Pause for dramatic effect.
Pause for dramatic effect.
We're getting some really juicy details.
So to be fair, this thing is a dense. If this thing is even half as dense as it was during playtests, this thing is a big document. So it takes a minute.
It is. It's called this is Secret of the Sculpted Bluffs. It's one of the 3 settlement quests that you can undertake at the Spear Tip Collective, which is a small fishing village that is part of the Ocean Kings civilization.
My boys.
Oasi, it says Secret of the Sculpted Bluffs. There's a little bit of flavor at the beginning. Oasi approaches you. She's discovered an ancient cave painting in the Sculpted Bluffs that she can't decipher the meaning of. She wants you to take a look. And then the game master gets content to make the thing. It says, Oasi travels with the players to the Sculpted Bluffs. And upon arriving at the hidden mural, they're attacked by a pack of Utah Raptor. After combat, the mural can be more closely inspected. It shows a maze-like path through winding rocks. Each player makes a brain trait check. The player with the highest successful roll discovers a path hidden in the plunging passage. Oasi becomes anxious, saying something hurtful about herself under her breath, resolving to let real warriors like the players handle the adventure without her. If anyone consoles her, they can cheer her up and convince her to stay. At the far end of the plunging passage, a hidden path leads to an oasis buried in the slot canyon. which looks like the forgotten dwelling of an ancient volcano man. Inside, a sharp hand axe and a green obsidian charm can be found, unlocking them. We should probably talk about items and
please.
Character build depth after this.
Yeah.
Interrupting the discovery, an afflicted, by the way, that's an evolution. Afflicted Allosaurus runt, minus 10 HP, because it's a runt, corners the party. Finishing combat completes the quest, and if Oasi traveled with the players the whole way and survived, she gains confidence in herself. So if you restore this character's confidence in this quest, she can show up later and be like, "Hi guys, I'm on an adventure of my own. I'm here to help."
That is cute. No, I dig that. That's honestly one of my favorite little character paths in narratives, is when the like, I am weak and timid and I'll never amount to anything character becomes like confident, and you see them later like doing the thing that they set on the path to do when you last saw them. It's very, very cool. I love that.
Yeah, it's
stuff.
pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I like her little character arc in there. So that's sort of the level of that's a settlement quest. So it goes to different locations. It has rewards, several rewards and you go. It's a multi-stage thing. The regional quests are tighter and more like one interaction that's a little bit harder than a normal interaction you might do there, or a little bit unique. They're like unique fights, kind of. And you can take those on while you're on another quest, because they're just little regional bits.
Sure. So,
Anyway.
so I suppose since you brought up wanting to dive down that rabbit hole that is character creation and stuff like that, how is a caveman made? What makes them a true warrior Pangeon?
Well, like all of us, we are what we're wearing.
Valid.
You know, the cavemen have inventory slots, and you fill those inventory slots with equipment up to a certain number, and that's your build, right? The build that you bring changes what you do in combat. It doesn't really have out of combat stuff in it. So you're just building your like combat character. You can roleplay whatever you want with your stats. They're not really, with your traits. Your traits aren't really about what you're wearing. They're more about like, who are you? I'm somebody who has the brain trait, and that means that I don't have another trait, right? Because you only get so many good traits, and then you get a couple of medium traits, and then you get one of them you're bad at. So I could choose, bad. My feet are bad, so it's going to be hard for me to like dodge certain kinds of attacks that are coming as part of a critical. Stuff like that.
So, really quick, just to clarify something you said there. So there aren't, for example, like accessories in this game that would make you better, for example, at like rolling an attack or
there are.
Well, rolling attacks, I suppose. Making like trait checks specifically, I guess.
Yes.
Because in this game it's I forget, it's trait die, defense die, attack die. So yeah. So trait checks are just what they are.
In combat, there are charms and armors and weapons that augment when you roll a trait die within combat. But outside of combat, your traits are just what they are.
What they are. Okay, cool.
That's to keep the role-playing fluid.
Sure, yeah.
Because you can call for trait checks during a role-playing section. And we don't want to refer back to a character sheet during that.
Sure.
We want to keep moving and telling a story. So let's talk about variety, build variety. There is like, what does it say on the back? Let me make sure before I say a number, and then I fable developer myself.
I don't know what. 140.
Phil.
How many?
140 plus.
Okay.
Pieces of individual equipment.
Wow.
That you can mix and match across, like, I think 7 or so inventory slots. Some things take more. Obviously, if you're bringing a huge sword made of a T-Rex jaw, that's going to take, like, I think that takes 3 inventory slots. That one might take 4. Just because it's the only one that takes 4. I don't remember.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know if anything.
Because there's a lot
from
of
my
them.
memory, but yeah.
Yeah. And then there's talismans and charms, and you can mix and match them however you'd like. I believe some of the charms, if you're wearing one of them, another member of your party can't wear the same one. So you can't all bring the same loadout of a lot of things. But then later in the game, you can. Of course, there is the progression system. It's not just unlocking items, it's also your individual characters becoming older and getting closer to being an elder. And once your character is an elder, they stop being like a day-to-day warrior, they settle down, and they provide everybody else for the rest of your campaign a specific benefit based on how you become an elder, how you retire. You get a second lease at life. Hilariously, you get to be things that are somewhat incongruous. You can be like, oh, I'm going to be a leather worker. I'm going to work the dinosaur leather better. It's going to improve everybody's leather armors. Which one of the leather armors? They'll all be better for the rest of our characters, for the rest of this campaign. Or I'm going to be a sage, and I'm going to give a power that we can use once per session to everybody. You can be a fashionista. And when you choose to be a fashionista, you can make one of the charms super popular. And everyone can wear multiple copies of that charm if they want. It lets you break the rules in that area. You can be a jeweler and give people a slot. Everybody's characters for the rest of the game gets an extra slot, inventory slot, that can only be spent on a piece of jewelry. There's a lot of like fun there for long campaigns, and it gives you that power boost that you don't need to fight the T-Rex, but you will certainly want to fight the T-Rex. You have to be very lucky to survive a T-Rex fight without any elders in your civilization. Also, these elders become NPCs in the place where they settle. And if you go back to that settlement, like you do a lot in this game, every time you go back, the game master can be like, oh, actually, your old character is here, and now you have to roleplay as them again, except as an old person.
So my brother just threw this question in chat, and it's honestly really fun. Just like a quippy thing. So could my elder benefit be giving everyone poorly timed, unsolicited wisdom? And I'm like,
yes.
It's so
Yes,
by that logic, yes, it could be.
You can be a combat instructor. You can, I think you can be like some sort of school teacher as well. You can do very many things. I forget how many different elder things there are. I think it's like upwards of 20 easily. I can't. You'll figure it out when you get the book.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
I don't have to look at it.
It's very cool.
So kind of players get to become elders. But the dinosaurs, how do they get mixed up, right? Mm-hmm. How does gameplay get? Players are super variable because they can wear all this equipment. You can change your play style as you unlock weapons. Sometimes you unlock weapons that are better. Most often you unlock weapons that are differenter. And usually if the weapon does more damage, it's taking more inventory slots. So there are trade-offs, and there's a lot of fun to be done in making a build. and there's a lot of possibilities. The math is pretty fun if you do the math just to the amount of permutations of different cavemen you can make. I think we're around more than it's like upwards of 100,000.
Wow.
Just how fun the math goes. Hey, I guess you could have these. That's what happens when you have 140 plus different things that can go into 7 slots, and then you can build your character stats differently. You immediately go, now you're in a unique situation.
That's really fun.
Everyone who bought the book likely will have had to make like hundreds of characters in order for every possible character to have been played. It won't happen. Don't worry. Just play what you want. Have a great time. Yes, the dinosaurs are variable as well because they can be evolved via evolutions. There are, I think, this one I will give a number for.
I know it was a massive list back when we were checking that out for the first time. Dinosaur mutations are insane.
Oh, I mean, hearing a description of a few certain ones that were given to a certain T-Rex, like, what?
Oh boy,
there they are.
That's an insane list.
That's the index page that gets you to all their individual entries.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot. You can. So that lets you build the like strange dinosaur thing that the game is going for. The dinosaurs are evolving. You have to kill them before these evolutions become endemic. The world of Pangeon misunderstands evolution in very large ways and unscientific methods. It specifically misunderstands it with germ theory. It thinks that you can catch an evolution.
Oh.
Oh.
You can just catch the ability to fire lasers off of your back.
Yeah, it's like a disease, maybe. Yeah. Or they don't really know. They just know that if they kill them, it stops.
Fair. That's fair.
Jesus did ask a question. Can elders die of old age or via plot reasons? And if one does, is the elder benefit lost? Or is it treated as been taught to the community?
I don't know. I wouldn't do that under general gameplay. If you guys want to do it for like a story reason, then I would imagine that that's a conversation you have on the player to GM level, like as a group. And I don't imagine that you're having that conversation unless you've been playing a lot of Fossilized Violence, and by then you already know the answer.
Yeah.
Right, like that's not a third session thing. Like you have to become an elder, which probably takes 2.5 sessions, depending on how long these sessions you're playing are. And then I guess they have to be an elder for a long enough time, and by that point you're looking at, we've been playing this game for a couple of months now, every week, and we're having a great time, but I don't know, I think I'd want this guy to not be alive anymore, and it would be like, great, sounds good.
We're gonna, it's time to shake something up in the narrative, and this is what we want to do to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's interesting, though, that you say an elder can come about in as little as 2 or 3 sessions. Like, that's kind of wild.
You get renowned for fighting, and you get renowned for doing quests, and you get renowned for doing settlement quests. So if you guys are like, we want to do all the settlement quests we possibly can, and while we're doing it, we are going to do a bunch of the like challenge missions, and you just back to back it for a while, you can grind out that system if you really want to.
That's really, really cool. Because so now for the elder benefits, are any of them like stackable on themselves? So like if you have 2 elders come up and both of them say per your earlier example, like wannabe leather workers? Is there like
No.
a stacking benefit for any of them? No.
No.
Okay.
One person gets to, retire as the leather worker. They get the benefit for it. And the idea is that you want a different benefit. They're unique benefits.
Got it.
It's very hard to design a system that can account for that, by the way,
Sure.
without making something that's dry.
Yeah.
You know what I
fair.
mean? It becomes, now there's salt on my food. Now there's more salt on my, it's too much salt now.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like,
right.
put a vegetable on.
Fair. No, and that's entirely valid. I just was curious because I know you mentioned it was something like 20-ish elder benefits. Though, like you're saying, that means if you're getting all of them, you are playing like 60 to 70 sessions minimum to like really get all of the benefits. And then you probably are going to still play a little bit after with everything unlocked to go through then and
It's
like you said,
28.
28 still that's
It's a lot of different ones, and I think one of them you can take multiple times
okay.
to account for that.
Okay.
Account for really long gameplay.
Yeah. Where like nothing else is there to be unlocked kind of thing.
You're not getting there.
No, and I
Or
would
you are. Welcome, thank you, oh my gosh, and probably homebrew now.
all right, incoming it's to the Inferno. We're gonna do that. Inferno plays Fossilized Violence to 100%
This game
completion.
is also like not too hard to homebrew.
Sure.
Once you've read it, right, and you are like, oh, I see what we're doing here. This could be like that over there, and you're homebrewing already. Specifically, I think it's pretty easy to make new dinosaurs if you really wanted to,
Okay.
because a lot of dinosaurs have the same body types as other dinosaurs. Like there are a bunch of dinos that look a lot like a Triceratops.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
didn't include all of them because we don't know what all of them looked like. How could I?
Yeah.
And do you really need the third T-Rex? You know what I mean?
Right. Well, so I guess that
I feel like I gave them. I feel like they have what they need. They have the 23 they know off the top of their head.
right.
Like, name one.
Yeah, like, well, we've already talked T-Rex. Ankylosaurus was one I mentioned earlier.
Yes.
Yeah. Plesiosaur, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. I was like, I'm
There's
pretty sure I've seen the
Elasmosaur.
Plesiosaur.
It's Elasmosaurus, and yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I think it's like the one that one of the first ones I think of. It has the neck fans. It's like I think it's Dilophosaurus. Is it Dilophosaurus or Dilophosaurus?
That's not a real dinosaur.
Mm-hmm.
That was
No.
invented by Spielberg.
You know. All right, fair enough. I'm not caffeinated.
You mean the one where
Bear
it
with
goes
me.
like, and then it shoots acid?
Yes,
Yeah, that's
I'm
fake.
sorry.
Damn.
You know.
But it's real. But it's real in our hearts.
Well,
And there is an acid spitting evolution
Yeah.
that you can put on,
just
a lot of
edit
the
out my
other actors in the
incompetence.
and you can get there. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I gave you the tool.
give a Utah Raptor acid spitting, and you're pretty damn close. Like,
We got Utah Raptor in the book, so you can
Yeah.
just go one to one.
or Guidraco. Guidraco just is that, but it can fly, which is even honestly more terrifying.
Draco is the one that nobody's heard of.
Yeah,
I think
but
it means
that
ghost dragon or something
now-
in Chinese.
those of you who watch Wireheads, you'll know what a Guidraco is when this thing drops. You'll have time to
There you
look it
go.
up and understand
Draco
how cool
Venator.
and or terrifying these things are.
They're really cute.
They are.
Will we see Brachiosaurus, the biggest of boys? All right,
The biggest of boys.
They're not
they,
biggest.
they,
They're L, but they're not XL.
Oh,
yeah.
Mamenchosaurus is XL. That's Lisa Pondsmith's favorite dinosaur, by the way.
Really? Oh,
Okay.
that's fun.
That is the longest long neck.
Ooh. Okay. I'll have to look that one up because I'm like, by name at least, I don't recognize that one. But
there's a whole there's a forest of clouds, which has a bunch of really tall things, like tall trees. There's clouds, and the trees are going over the clouds, right? But then also you have all of the Brachiosaurus and Manchosaurus heads over the clouds going around.
That's very cool. Yeah. No, I want to play this game. Like,
soon.
Very soon.
Soon, capital S.
Yeah, very soon. So, to, I guess, move away from maybe something quite as specific as Fossilized Violence itself, and to kind of broaden the discussion out a little further into like Talsorian Presents as a category within our Talsorian's kind of company structure now. I guess the first question that I would have is, what led to the decision to make Fossilized Violence the first property released under that arm of the company?
So Talsorian Presents. Let's talk about what Talsorian Presents is really quick, because it's new and it also hasn't put out a book yet. So we do actually have to tell people. So Talsorian Presents is a creator-owned indie imprint within Talsorian. It's where we publish other awesome people's stuff, because kind of at Talsorian, we have the opportunity that's super unique in the industry to have the, it's hard to put out a tabletop role-playing game and then have it show up in a game store. We have the distributors, that are used to Talsorian, and they know that our stuff's going to be quality, so they trust us, and they order things even when we're like, hey, this is going to be cool, I promise. And that's unique. We also know a thing or two about publishing books. We like to think of it as, we shouldn't be the only company doing a Presents line. We would like other companies to do it. You know what I mean? Because it would mean the world would be a better place with more creator-owned indie lines.
Right.
Right now, people are there are other options for people to publish their own games, self-publish their own games through.
I think Free League Workshop is the first one that drops into my mind.
Exalted Funeral.
We also have Indie Press Revolution. They are a publisher.
Press Revolution,
right?
yes,
Yep.
that was on the tip of my
IPR,
tongue.
yeah, they're a pretty big player in that side of things.
So that stuff, great, awesome. You're essentially self-publishing now, and you'll always be like one of the 20 things they're publishing that year.
Sure.
Talsorian Presents, much more exclusive. We are only going to do stuff that's ready for mass market, because we're going to put it in mass market. And the thing that the huge difference is that we are paying for the print run. You have to buy your own print run when you go to IPR, and it makes sense because you're self-publishing. With us, you're not self-publishing, but it's still creator-owned. And frankly, there's very few people doing that.
That's pretty wild, yeah.
So this is more of like a we're doing this because we can, and we care about creator rights, and we care about making a place where people can make awesome shit. More than like we are, getting into this because we want to make a bunch of money.
Sure.
We'd pretty clearly be investment bankers instead of game developers in that case.
Yeah.
So it's going to be exclusive. We're not going to do very many publishing. We're not going to publish very many games in it, and we are going to treat each of those as that is our priority on that, and we're going to market them alongside of our stuff. And the numbers are pretty good. I think we might have even like straight up published our contract, or we plan to. We plan to just go, hey, this is the contract you will sign if you do this, and it's good. We think it's the best, actually, in terms of fairness and profit for everybody. Though us buying the print run thing is diabolical.
Yeah, that's really
deal,
big.
by
Print
the way.
costs suck. Like,
and we sell for them, by the way, so they don't have to sell their own books, and we pay for their print run.
That's incredibly big.
Every indie is either like, I actually like running my own company, so I don't want that, or they're salivating over that deal.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're basically looking for people who already have done all of this, but don't want to do it anymore, but still want to make great games.
Sure. Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
you take the
we're
most
not looking
burdensome aspects outside of the building of the game off their shoulders, essentially.
Right.
And then
We
allow
are
that to be a
likely
thing.
going to be working with people that are rather established and are that you already know the name of. Just because those are the type of people that are ready to suddenly be in every game store nationwide. And also we connect them. We're planning on connecting them to our own translators, and like,
that's cool.
We're not going to take any bit of that deal. Like, they get all of the international.
Localizing is that's absolutely massive. That's wild.
So that's Talsorian Presents. It's what if we just made the most ridiculously ethical creator-owned line, because we're Talsorian and we can and we care. I did sort of go in one of our big yearly meetings and pitch them, what if we just put our money where our mouths were? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What if we talked that shit? And then did it. So Talsorian Presents is also a place for people like inside the company to make their dream game.
Oh, fun. Okay.
And that is that's Fossilized Violence for me. That's a dream game for sure. I can't talk about other things coming, but and the third bit is we're going to use it as a place to maybe update some older Talsorian stuff, give it a new lease on life. No news on that.
Okay.
We are figuring that all out.
Sure.
We want to make sure that we get a good. We're currently looking for. We're looking for a solid partner for the outside publishing portion of it right now.
Got it. Okay. So then Fossilized Violence was made as first pick simply because I know you had when we've talked about this one-on-one before, I know you'd mentioned Fossilized Violence in a way, in addition to being like a dream game of yours and a project you cared quite a lot about, obviously, was also I'm putting my money where my mouth is and putting my product forward through the same process that I would expect other creators to do the same for.
Absolutely. If you're not willing to take the deal that you're writing, you know what I mean? Are you writing a real deal, or are you trying to get one over on someone?
Sure.
Like, that's not how I play. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. No, absolutely.
I believe that a creative project like that, like going to a publisher, that's all about trust.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing, there's no more trustworthy to prove the gun isn't loaded than doing this.
Yeah. Oh, that's valid. You know, I can't say you're wrong.
Sorry, trigger warning.
Woo! Woo!
I mean, it tells you.
It does.
That's how it is.
That is. No, very, very, very true.
I think it's powerful. I'm not a very good salesperson. I've only been ever able to sell things that I would buy myself.
Sure.
I can't sell bad products, and that means I'm a terrible salesperson.
Yep. That was the fun thing. The first year I worked with Artel Sorian at the booth at Gen Con 23 was literally like, wow, you like really pitched that game. I'm like, no, I'm just telling you why I like it. That's all I'm telling you. That's all it is. Yeah, that's like
no. I don't.
Yeah,
I'm not there to hawk my wares. Okay, I'm there to share in a communal art form.
Yeah, exactly.
I care about the financial viability of things, but that is not why I became an artist.
Right. I mean, if you're going to be in the business side of it even a little bit, you are forced to care about the viability of a project or product. But yeah,
I don't think that we're doing too bad on that either.
Yeah.
I do have a question in regards to Talsorian Presents. I remember, 24, it was mentioned to be 5 by Infinity. Yes. What inspired the name change? Like, what was 5 by Infinity, and what led to Talsorian Presents?
Okay, so sometimes you come up with a really dumb name, and you think it's great, and you're like, man, we should name our band this, and it's terrible. So back in the 80s, indie publishing in like tabletop role-playing game space was almost exclusively these books that were 5 by 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
That size book.
Still plenty of zines and stuff in that same format today. Yeah.
Yes. But how many of those zines are ready for the type of market adoption that I told you about?
Right. No, exactly. Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah, it would be very hard to say we want the best, but only if they're in this format.
Right.
What happened was we learned over that year, cut the second part out. We just want the best. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So now we get in Talsorian Presents. Also, we wanted to make it clear that we were putting our seal of approval on this.
Sure.
And if we had to explain that 5 by Infinity was a Talsorian imprint every time,
yeah,
okay,
that wasn't working either, and we put it together. And what happened was we were in a meeting and we were like, well, how are we supposed to tell them that Talsorian is presenting these games?
And that kind of wrote itself.
Somebody got the very funny line of, we should call it Talsorian Presents.
Yeah.
I can't remember who did that. I think it might have been Rob.
That
Potentially Jay.
I could see that. No, but I mean, it does. I mean, it says on the tin what you're doing with it, which,
yeah,
there's something to be said about simple communication that way. Yeah. Simplifies
and we
that
want people
whole
to know
argument.
that it's like, if we're publishing somebody else's stuff, simultaneously it has our seal of approval, but also we want Talsorian Presents and then their logo, because this is a creator-owned book. Frankly, it's not our book.
Sure.
We're helping, and we think it's great, but it's their book.
Sure.
Anyway, that's how we figured out how to do that one.
Does this by chance mean that Fossilized Violence will have the James Hutt Games logo somewhere on the cover?
Fossilized Violence is creator-owned, so
yeah,
yes. But it does not have the James Hutt Games logo because it was not created at James Hutt Games. It was created at Talsorian. So you'll find that Fossilized Violence has our Talsorian Presents and the our Talsorian logo.
Fair. Okay. No.
So it is. Look, I understand that I sell cows and I am a cow, but that does not. It's not a.
No,
it's not bad.
That's entirely fair. No. It was just something that I was curious about because I know, having gotten the opportunity at cons over the last like year and a half to really enjoy some of the other games that you have made as an independent creator, as opposed to one affiliated with Artelsorian in specific. That you do have your own little game publishing house, and that is
I have my own cute little game studio called James Hutt Games, which makes fantastic games. You can go to jameshuttgames.com to sign up for the newsletter and get newsletters that all have tickets. Every newsletter has like a link to a big Google Drive with a bunch of games, and that stuff's all free right now.
Beetle World has been a fantastic one that we've gotten to test a lot of.
Yeah, and my next big one there is Beetle World, and you can test it right now. And if you do test it, you get your name in the book. So I recommend going to jameshuttgames.com. I'm sure they'll put a URL somewhere. This is live, isn't this?
This is live. Yeah, no, we are live.
Oh, great. Well, we're not cutting. A good thing I didn't say anything weird.
No, yeah. I mean that's why I gave us the count at the start and everything. Somebody will put it in the chat. Yeah. No, yeah. I think LCC is already on it. Oh no, my brother already got it. Yeah, there. Thanks, Jake. Appreciate you. Yeah.
Appreciate you.
But yeah, no, definitely sign up.
I have a feeling that everyone who's watching this is currently on that list already. So.
Some of us are. I don't know that every one of us are on that list necessarily, but I know we'll put it down in the description.
We got a huge jump last time I was here, so
I'm glad.
I figured that was everybody.
We get new faces in here. It's not like it's the same crowd every single week. So no, and I'll make sure it's down in the description of YouTube side of things when we put it out there.
The VOD or whatever.
Yeah. So no, you will get that name circulating, because there's some very cool ideas, and it's like if you want to see some like sort of off the wall kind of game design stuff that it's like, maybe this won't ever get like full published. There's some stuff like that in there too, outside of something like a Google Drive.
There's good stuff. There's good stuff in there. There's stuff that isn't marketable, but it's good.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's fun. Like all of the stuff I've encountered in there has been fun. It's definitely like, that's why I say little off the wall, not super marketable, definitely fun. Like some of the party game stuff in there is a real good time.
Yes, and there's fun. I do like party games. They're fun. There's a really fun party game about piles of plastic gems, I believe.
Yes, that was the one in specific I was thinking of. Yeah, no, that's one I still need to get a group together and play sometime. That could be a good time.
Yeah, my creative like impulse does not immediately go, great, how am I going to sell it? So
you're right, exactly.
It does eventually get there. But sometimes it just makes fun things, and those fun things are available.
Yeah.
For you.
And in the best case scenario, you're getting in on something very ground floor and trying something very, very beta. Or alpha even at the stages that it's at. So that's also very fun. But Diamond, did you have anything else question-wise that you wanted to add to the conversation?
How long we got?
Like 10 minutes.
More minutes.
Oh, yeah. It was like not the time to start talking about Solo of Fortune. I get you.
Oh, I mean, we could. It's not like we can't, but
yeah.
I guess James, I didn't know if you like. Actually, let me send it over in Discord first before I even say anything like out loud.
Oh yeah. Let me make sure this is
just
vet
the question before we say something.
Yeah, because it's something that I've been fascinated with, but it's just like I don't know if I can actually talk about it or not.
For everyone's
understood.
Yeah.
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 That's a surprise.
Yeah,
everyone's knowledge,
all right. So
sometimes we know things and we can't discuss them at all. So
yeah, I have been carrying this knowledge for about since like.
Oh, she's got some curse knowledge. Yeah.
And
you're gonna carry that weight.
I'm stuck with it.
The burden is being shouldered. Damn. All right. Wow. This is how we prevent ourselves getting away from ourselves here.
Yeah.
So
I just wanted to make sure I didn't have Rob chew me out or something.
No,
Right.
that's a very valid thing. Like, this is where there's a reason we sign NDAs and that we hold to them very, very carefully.
The specific thing was, I don't know if it's so much NDA, but it's more like
that's still it's an NDA in spirit at the very least.
You're torturing him. You're torturing the viewer. Let's move on.
Yeah. So
all I'm telling you guys is it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great. So Solo of Fortune, since you did bring that up,
I'd love to talk about it. I'm super happy with it.
I think I've seen this echoed quite a lot in the community. Definitely one of the best supplements that Cyberpunk Red has ever seen, and that's on the back of several very, very, very good supplements. Like, it's not like this is standout because there aren't good supplements. There are dozens of them. But I know a lot of people were like, oh my God, this just like gave me everything I could ever want to be able to deal with certain situations, even that like players bite off more than they chew and they didn't feel like they were handed enough tools to maybe deal with those previously that felt like appropriate or scaled up enough beyond what the players could normally get access to like make it feel like warranted, right? So I guess when you guys were deciding for Soul of Fortune, how far to push the power scaling? Because I remember around the time that FBCs dropped, you said, this is the power ceiling of Cyberpunk Red that I was building for. What changed then that invited the new scale to break that?
I don't think anything changed, actually.
Really?
I think that weapons and equipment of the same tier as FBCs are for cyberware. That's what SOF is about.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So just putting people toe to toe with FBCs in some ways.
No. That's the thing. They're not. But the thing is, FBCs can hold these things.
Yeah. That's very true.
That's it's more of a tiers of sort of gameplay question, right?
Sure.
And we've had this like street level focus in Red, right?
Right.
And we've been building street level really heavily because we know that's where most people play.
Right.
But we also know that people, when they're in street level, they might need to get into like something from a mercenary level while there's still a street level campaign. How do you control that? The other thing is you can do street stories at a mercenary level. They're just different street stories.
Yes.
This is the time skip in Edgerunners. The time skip in Edgerunners goes from street level to Merc level. I would argue that 2077, the time skip that happens, for the very beginning of the game, then you go to the time skip, and then you have the relic. Once you have the relic, you're not street level. Yeah. I would argue that most of 2077 is mercenary tier, mercenary level gameplay, not street level gameplay. Because you keep killing people that are street level by the droves. Like V walks into a room and kills 6 people and then walks into another room.
Right.
Like the Terminator.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, I just think of
with me as well.
I think of the quick hacking capability the man or woman has. The entity that is V.
The entity of V.
Yeah. That's just walks into room, fries 5 dudes with a flick of their thoughts, and then it's like, oh.
Be not afraid.
So yes, I would say that this is it's a setup to let you play campaigns focused, where those are the norm, and then street level is the sometimes versus the other one.
Yeah.
The norm, which is street level, but then maybe we'll build up to do a big job, and that big job is played at mercenary level.
Well, and
just
I know,
like there are gutter campaigns where you never do anything above street level.
Sure. And I think
there's also we are mercenaries.
Yes.
Type thing.
Yes. Yeah. We're going to be playing that in a little less than a week on Diamond's channel.
Have fun.
We are going to. Because one
maybe.
of the...
Let's see what day it is.
It is Thursday, the 5th of February.
Okay. That means that we haven't done a February DLC.
That's very exciting.
It's very exciting.
It's very exciting.
Might have something to play.
Oh, that's even
if I
better.
Don't get struck with the flu.
Okay.
I'm curious. I'm curious to get your thinking on something like this, because this has always kind of been the wall I hit, right? Whenever you're playing a campaign for long enough that the power level of the players starts hitting like roll rank 7, even 6 in some cases, but especially 7.
You enter hardened.
You enter hardened, but even once you enter hardened, there's a level at which hardened stops feeling like a challenge in a lot of cases outside
and
of
that
like,
is when you're too big of a fish.
Yeah.
And now you're in the mercenary level.
Yeah. Because that was kind of the thing that I was always telling you.
Gradient.
Yeah.
It's a gradient, and hardened is a boundary in the middle.
Right.
There is no mercenary stuff is never not hardened.
Right.
But there are some like tendrils of the of street level that go above hardened.
Right.
There's a mingling in between the middle, but past a certain point, you are just
you push up into
mercenary missions.
Because that was kind of my thinking with like roll ability, especially some of like the roll ability like 8, 9, 10 stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of where I've always told my tables like, all right, guys, we are playing a street level game. This means by the time you guys are hitting roughly that power level, the campaign is probably reaching near a conclusion. Mostly because at the point that I was saying that was before Solo Fortune dropped. And there was like, I know once we hit roughly that point, the ability I have to properly scale threats against you is going to fall off a bit. And it gets harder for me to present something that is actually a problem for you to deal with the tools that I currently have. Outside of like going nuts with tech upgrading, and that's a lot of time and effort that I usually just don't have the time or the patience for.
So for people that haven't, there's also a very interesting dichotomy in the Cyberpunk, that has existed in every edition of Cyberpunk, which is the simulationism gamification thing here.
Yeah.
The more you go up on that on the spectrum, right? That starts super street level, right? Like we eat ramen every day. And you pass the hardened boundary. You go a little bit further from where intermingling with like there can be hardened street missions still, and there can be easier mercenary missions around there. And you start getting into like, okay, we're doing a mercenary mission. On mercenary missions, the amount of there's a very bad person outside getting chased by the police.
Oh no.
Boy, they have they're sending up. They sent like 3 cars.
I was like, I thought I heard sirens, but I couldn't tell if that was outside of my headset or
somebody has used their roll ability to call for backup.
Oh,
That's clearly
no.
So what I'm saying is, in the street level, you determine how many enemies are there based on the players, how many players there are. In Mercenary, you don't do that anymore. Now, the situation determines it. If you attack a military base, you're going to get shot by 20 people.
Yes.
You will become mortal via simulationism.
Yes.
And the rules are sort of, if you can have it, they probably have it.
Yeah. Or
right?
better than it, honestly, is some of the stuff there. Yeah, it kind of proves.
Yeah, you start going up to like, this fight is not fair. Uh-oh, what are you gonna do about it? You're a professional.
Yeah.
Don't take that fight.
Yeah. Don't take that fight, or make sure you bring a damn good equalizer.
Skill is useless. Why is the tactics skill useless? The tactics skill is not useless in the mercenary tier.
No,
it gives you a way as a player to go, is this a good
idea? Yeah. Well,
it's more of like, I'm not a tactical genius, but my character is. How do I have a skill that makes sure that my character gets to be the tactical genius they are?
Yeah.
Without me having to be a tactical genius while playing them.
Yeah. Well, that's always why it was surprising to me when we first got hardened enemies that one of the still needs something extra, add this to make it better or whatever. One of those items was give them a tactics skill base of, I think it was 14 or 16 or something like that. And I was like, but for an NPC, why would that be better, quote unquote? Because as the GM, I get to play them as tactically competent as I can play them. It's not a It's a
sneaky trick. That entry is a sneaky trick, with which I tell you, maybe you could try playing them more tactically.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big brain over here.
Big
okay.
Brain.
If they have a tactics skill base, then shouldn't they act like it?
Then they're not.
If they're going to act like it, shouldn't you roleplay that?
Yeah.
If you're going to roleplay that, maybe you should start now.
Interesting. Yeah, because I didn't need the reminder then, I guess, because for me I'm like, these are soldiers. Why wouldn't I?
You played a lot of Cyberpunk Red though.
Yeah. That's also
meant to be that. The Hardened series of DLCs was meant to introduce GMs to yes, I know I said this is how to balance your encounters.
Yeah.
But there are levels to this.
Yeah, right. There's gradients, like you said.
Also, one of the other things that I noted that I was going to ask you at some point, I guess while I have you here.
Do it.
Looking at the prices in Solo of Fortune for a lot of this stuff, it's I'm pretty sure this is you are doing this based on your spending budget for the job, stuff costs this much at value. But I'm looking at some of the ammunition, and it's just there's no way it only costs that much on the street.
There are some things in Solo of Fortune that are updates to stuff from the core book. I think you might be talking about what's that ammunition? Hollow points.
Well, hollow points are high velocity ammunition. Both are kind of in that category of what she's talking about. Yeah.
High velocity does nothing unless the person you're shooting at can dodge bullets.
It's true.
Having a backup that precludes you from using fun ammunition. Well, also on the street, the reason why police departments get really, really mad about ammunition is because ammunition is the cheapest way to turn a weapon into a weapon that can kill a cop. It's not that it's not the gun that kills you, it's the bullet. And the bullet is pay per view. Every bullet is pay per view. You know, you only need 5 of them to commit a felony. Frankly, you only need 1. You don't need to buy the whole box.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, so every bullet.
It's also a little weird that you buy bullets in increments of 10 in the cyberpunk world. It's actually rather dystopian, because buying bullets in small quantities implies criminality. If I was to do a crime, which I am not, anyone listening, this is not planning.
He is the senior game designer for a game where people commit crimes regularly, but he is not a criminal.
Bullets can get traced based on where they get purchased. So you'd want to buy, like, ideally an assassin would be like, great, I'll buy 1 biotoxin bullet, please, with no serial number, thank you. So buying in really low quantities is like, some people are like, yes, it's for gameplay, but it's also, it's all about, I mean, it's in 2077, they have the vending machine guns.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's it's the consumerization of crime.
We have the Faisal series as well from Toggles. So
That does that same thing, yeah.
Yeah. My headcanon is that Budget Arms just steals so many things that Faisal does. That by 77, they've like saved a ton of money in development costs just by knocking them off. I think the Slaughtomatic inside is like half him.
I would not be
design-wise.
yeah.
I think they find a way to make one of his designs cheaper and it becomes the Slaughtomatic. That's my opinion.
I would not be surprised if it's the convenience. But yeah, so I was looking like, you know, like for the burrowing ammo, which by the way, that is some nasty stuff.
Yeah, I got a guy that'll have some of that. Maybe no, I gave him a different stuff. I gave him explosive.
But like
Explosive is
$40
nasty.
for like 10 of them, and it's just like that is super cheap on the street. It's like,
Yeah, does nothing unless you get a crit, right?
oh, so the price also is because of whether it works or not varies on.
It
If
takes
Okay.
into account the benefit that you
Okay.
get from the
The
item.
consistent effectiveness of it, yeah, versus
That makes
the-
sense.
So from you and I both know that if I roll 2d6,
7
and I'll get
is-
7 33% of the time,
Right.
but it sure don't feel that way.
No.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
But you
Whenever
look
you
at that
want to
and you
roll that 7, it doesn't ever come.
that doesn't. So 33% different crits. Think about how many crits you roll. Honestly, expandable ammo was not my favorite design. I knew that it was powerful and good because at 7, like, you don't want foreign object, really. Foreign object is the bad crit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
It's
wanted to
easily
make it better.
fixed, and it's
And
very does very little, yeah.
I think hollow points are the fixed version of it that are slightly different. And then we have improved expansive, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, the hyper expansive.
hyper expansive is crazy.
Those are sort of the
Okay.
ways we solved it in 2 directions. Jay Gray came in absolutely clutch at the end of the design on hollow points and just like completely fixed it. Made it, it was going to be like milk toast. Like this is still the cheaper version of expansive, but the hollow point design became like actually good.
Yeah.
After that, I forget what it says, to be honest, because
so-
I've been writing an adventure for a DLC for this
Hollow-
month. all
Hollow
week.
point ammo just allows for a second instance of bonus damage on top of the second critical injury as well.
That'll do it.
So yeah, just you stack the damage instead of it being one instance. Yeah.
Mhm.
Which checks out.
I mean,
yeah.
That's good.
That is good. Free 10 damage. And technically, there's a thought that occurs. I need to see how it's written in the CMK. But there's something to be said for, because I've been slamming together the game design
Yeah.
between the two lately a lot more. And I'm thinking hollow points in a power weapon and the crit damage that then does if you succeed at that roll is...
Pretty sure it's not multiplicative. I'm pretty sure it's additive. And
but even
also,
then, that's a
when
15.
we do the full 77 book, I will still probably shit in your Cheerios, and I apologize.
Can't believe you do that to me, James. It was very personal, I can tell.
Well, we don't want to get into a situation where you're getting plus 20 damage on every crit.
Plus 15 is still insane. Like, plus 15 is like
true.
half of the ground health pool of most edge runners. Like, I don't see any edge runners that are lower than 30 most of the time. So
I think that might be okay.
Yeah.
But only because armor exists.
Only because armor exists, exactly.
Yep.
But the fact that you can bleed 15 past armor without even blinking is insane. Yeah. But no, hey, that's fine. That's fine. All well and good. So I guess beyond just ammo and availability and stuff. So with regards to the new range tables,
Yes.
because that was insane when we first got a glimpse of that and got to see like, oh yeah, we're going to be playing with a whole new host of different range tables. And I know LCC, if you're still here, you had a question about these. So feel free to post that. But the question I want to know is, do you believe that those range tables are power creep in and of themselves to introduce at the street level? Or
Yes.
is power creep even then to itself?
I think that assuming tactical gameplay, which I do assume,
Yeah.
in the street level,
Yeah.
even though it is the street level, doesn't mean there isn't tactics.
Players are usually pretty
assuming-
smart. Yeah.
Yes, players are smart and they will do what they can to get the advantages that they want,
Yeah.
and that means bringing snub-nosed weapons when you're planning on having a fight within 6 meters,
Yeah.
or walking up to the guy and shooting him at close range,
Yeah.
more likely, with even a like moderately good move stat makes snub-nose very good. But that's the thing, they are really good. They do power creep, but they don't, like, in the negative sense of the word power creep. They add simulation
Right.
that the game needs at mercenary level.
Okay.
No, right.
There's also a reason that the same place where we introduced the new tables, we also introduced the new barrels that let you access the tables.
No, of course. Yeah. Well, and that's
It's
part.
because we're intending you to take these tables and the barrels and bring them back into the black chrome weapons, bring them back into the core book weapons.
Of course. Well,
into
it's
the
similar to
12 days weapons.
doing the rebuilds in the CMK. It was the same basic idea.
Mhm.
So the reason that I put that out there is I know, like, and I probably should use the word power scale, not power creep, but it is one of those things
Use
that
the
I
word we use.
yeah.
That's what people call it.
Precision of language is something I've learned. So, but that was something that I was just curious about, because I know there have been several people at my tables that are like, well, can we just use these range tables? And I'm like, I think, and even just at a glance, I could tell, like, there are several of these that are much, much more powerful than their stock variants that we've used to this point. And, like, even I can tell, like, this would go kind of hard. This would be like a little
certainly
harder than it
if
would have
you
been.
I think that's fine as long as you mix them into the enemies as well,
Yeah,
right? It's essentially saying, if you're doing this,
Yeah.
the game master can do it too. It doesn't put it on the GM to say, okay, these are now accessible. It puts
Right.
it on the player to say, this means that I understand what I'm doing,
Yeah.
right? Like, I want a different experience.
And that this could bite me just as hard as it'll give me tools to bite.
with the idea that, of course, you're not going to do that without
Right.
talking to the rest of your table.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's not how that works.
Right.
Unless you're in, like, a living community, but I have to be honest, I can't design for living communities.
No, right. I mean,
No one can. No singular tabletop role-playing game is actually designed for an LC.
The west marching stuff gets really messy really quick. So
It's super fun.
it is.
Came up,
No,
and-
it is. Like, I've done that before in my own tables, but even I got to see pretty fast and pretty obviously how, like, quickly that just falls down its own rabbit
That's why
hole.
there's a lot of different LCs, because everyone is built on the vibes
Yeah,
of that general house rule
right.
thing.
So
Yeah.
LCC's question was that the pistol range table in the CRB has a DV of 30 from 101 to 200 meters, whereas the range table in IRV5 listed as 35. So he's curious if that was an error or an intentional retroactive change.
I'll take a note.
Please.
Pistol
yeah.
range table.
Pistol range table, yeah, the plain pistol range table in Solo Fortune lists the 101 to 200 meter yards DV as 35, whereas the CRB listed as 30.
Wait, do you have the new update? I think I solved that.
Let me double check that because I've got my
Check.
mine updated. Yeah, let me.
You know what? It doesn't matter. We don't need to do this live. Check pistol range table in SOF. I've got the note. I definitely saw some bugs that we squashed like the day after it came out, but maybe we missed one, and it's worth looking at.
That one seems to have survived.
I'm gonna go put it on my fridge.
That one has survived from the looks of it. So yeah, thank you for calling that out, LCC.
Don't worry.
Yeah. Oh, he'll be back. Thank you for calling that one out. Yeah. So the question, Valkyrie, was simply
I'm doing that tomorrow.
the question was simply dealing with the pistol range table and why it's different from in the CRB. It lists the one range as being 30
Because I fucked up.
SOF it's 35. No, and that's it happens to the best of us.
Hey, I more power to you.
Yeah. Good call.
Thank you for your help. I
Yeah,
appreciate
yeah,
it.
yeah. So no, that's all. This is why we open the forum and let questions be asked. But I guess another question from my angle, and
And I'm just gonna double check all those tables tomorrow. So
Just to
if
be
there's
sure,
another
yeah.
one in those range tables, it will get squashed tomorrow.
yeah. Fair.
Admittedly, nobody makes a pistol shot at that
Right.
range typically, so I did not know it off the top of my head.
No. Fair.
It passed through my sniff check.
Yeah. So no. The only question I got asked, everyone who's saying like an ad. It was literally just what range table is correct for pistols, and the CRB is correct. James is just
Core
confirmed
rulebook.
that. Yeah, go with core rulebook for anything that isn't new. Go with the core rulebook. So my question is, not that I needed SOF to be any longer, but I am curious because there is a very small, maybe omission. Maybe this was done intentionally. Why was there no mercenary level network stuff for net runners that might be around?
I feel like the high end net architecture in the core rulebook is mercenary level.
You do? Okay.
Oh, okay.
When you're going versus like 13s
Yeah.
in that system, and like the places
Yeah.
you're running have dragons everywhere and stuff,
Yeah.
that's fucked up enough.
So
Yeah,
I guess-
fair enough.
I guess
Also,
we got top.
enemy net runners, enemy crews. The
Yeah.
other half of that is that enemy crews, which are a new mechanic in SOF.
Yeah.
Basically, the game master can send like player characters after you,
Mhm.
and those player characters get to use luck.
Yep.
So the enemy net runner on the other team coming after you gets to use luck.
Yeah, and can have up to 8 of those suckers.
And if you're a
to throw
netrunner,
in.
you know what that means.
Yeah.
And if you got an HQ, you can get some more luck as well.
Well, and you probably will if you're in a mercenary campaign. That's the real doozy of layered mechanics right there. Is you can have like 12 luck if you've got the proper stuff, which is crazy. But yeah, no, that makes sense. As 2 netrunner mains in this podcast, we had to ask.
We got tossed in the deep end right out the gate.
I mean, you saw the net architecture in the
single
there
shot
is
pack?
a net architecture in one of the adventures in SLF, right?
Yeah.
I need to. I need a look.
I've seen it. I'm afraid of it.
Yeah.
Now I need to read it so I can make
does
people
it still
afraid
have?
of it.
Does it still have 2 Ifrits in it?
Yes.
I put an even worse one in yesterday.
You did
It
it.
was bad. It has 2 copies of Asp just at the beginning.
No.
I love
James,
doing that to my
no.
players. That's so much fun.
No.
My players have hated me every time I introduce an Asp in the network. They're like, why the fuck is the snake here? I'm like, because I wanted to disrespect you personally. It's quite simple.
Right, yeah, because I wanted to take $200 from you.
I hate Asp.
Give me $200.
I hate Asp so much. Like, if there was anything in the game that I could just choose to delete, it's Asp.
You should run Snake Trap then.
Yeah.
Yes, I would love to cram my already cramped cyber deck with another piece of hardware.
We discussed how to do this, Diamond. You and I once Netrunner maxed and figure out how many slots you could have on a non-FPC Netrunner, and if you had an FPC one, you could double it.
But it's
theoretically.
just like, what?
Yeah.
Like it's just like, yeah, you get hit, you suck. And it's just like, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, Netrunners have they have not been forgotten, but the focus on SLF is solo.
The other stuff. Yeah.
Solo.
Just
solos.
Yeah.
If there's a class that gets focused on
the
an
Golden
SLF,
Child.
it's solo.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think that's perfectly fine, because that's most of mercenary gameplay, if we're honest, is going to be on a battlefield.
Most mercenary gameplay, I'd like to imagine that if you're in the mercenary tier, you either are a solo, you have a solo in your party, or there's a damn good reason why you don't.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You're a specialist Black Ops crew or something.
Even if you aren't a solo, if you're doing mercenary missions. Or you should be so good at everything else that a bunch of people are willing to bring you along in these dangerous places. Right? Like if you're the guy that opens doors, you better be good at opening doors.
Demo Tech Netrunner hybrid incoming.
But like, solo has been around since like Cyberpunk started. It is like the first role anybody thinks of whenever you think Cyberpunk. It's solo. And it's just like, absolutely, and it deserves.
I like to think that in the Cyberpunk world, a lot of people just like expect you to be a solo if you're an edge runner.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you're and I think that percentage-wise, they probably, by percentage, are up there in terms of, like, if you look at, like, if we did a population survey of edge runners,
yeah,
I would imagine that there are a lot more solos than there are techs.
You know, that would be that would be actually a really fun, like, just community, like, survey. All right, folks, sign the survey. What do you mean?
Yeah.
If you look at D&D did theirs, you can look up the 5th edition one, and there are a lot of human fighters.
I'm not surprised.
Yes, the first.
I'm not surprised. So I guess as one last question, as we actually begin to wind down to the end of our time here, Solo Fortune introduced one other thing that I think a lot of us have wanted for quite a while. Which is codifying more concretely through the use of an item or other mechanic of some kind, use for the demolitions skill that justified it being an X2 skill. So I'm curious to ask you a little bit more of a broad question that breaches the realm of SOF a bit. When you made demolitions in the base system, why was that not expanded on until now, where we have maybe some of the tools that SOF has given us?
So the type of stories, okay, because explosives are incredibly acidic to narrative.
Sure.
Yep.
But they're very important. They cannot be ignored, but at the same time, like, I think that there's a literal improv term about blowing things up. Right?
I'm pretty sure
you're telling a story and somebody sets off an explosive.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
You can't hide an explosive. You can't negotiate around an explosive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, an explosive has gone off. Several realistic things happen. People start running out of their doors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're not talking to any NPCs for the next 20 minutes, likely.
Chekhov's explosive. If the explosive is introduced in the first stack, it must explode in the third.
Yeah.
Right. I think that demolitions as a skill was always meant to be in this mercenary tier.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that it's used to set up narrative explosions and essentially basically checkmate locations, right?
Yeah.
Like, if the thing you're trying to do is remove the threat of a location,
your
demolition skill will do that.
Yeah.
It will make it not exist anymore. That's a huge narrative power.
True.
And I think that I wanted to keep it a narrative power and not have it be in combat land every turn being rolled.
Mm-hmm.
Unless like, there's this new Splinter Cell television show on Netflix. And it's actually really good. I like it. It's a little bit weird, but I like it. And in it, stuff almost never explodes. They save it, right, for very important moments. Or to signal we no longer care about stealth. Like, this is a different type of conflict. This is no longer a SOCOM mission. This is now they have screwed up and now the military is here and they're doing military things.
Right.
So I don't know. I've always put the errant grenade maybe street level, but C4 and like we've been trying to be very like even keeled over how we put explosive things in, because the last thing we want to do is make an explosive that's like another explosive that already exists.
Right. I don't think
we can tally everything up.
But
your demolition skill is now worth something.
Well, exactly. I think that's because I don't think there's a problem with one explosive acting like another explosive necessarily, just because that's the way explosions are explosions, right? Like, there's only so many ways you could doctor an explosion to make it different than another explosion.
Right.
We're throwing some multitude of D6s on the table at the end of it, no matter what. But yeah, that was because it was really refreshing to finally see, okay, like, here's hard codified, like, if you get your hands on some demo tech explosive stuff, this is how they will work. Because I think previous to this, we've really only seen it in Black Chrome. There's like a handful of explosive charges in there that you can
outlet explosive, and they have tricky trap explosives that might show up at the street level,
right? In
like, man, you really shouldn't have fucked with this fixer's apartment.
Yeah.
Way.
Really creative scabs.
Really creative. Yeah. That's the ones I've employed. You're in the hot zone. You're in the hot zone with scabs.
Scab play more. Nice.
Well, I've used so I literally had one of my tables where the end of the campaign, one of the last gigs they did was they were rescuing someone out of the hot zone, and they ran to a bunch of scabs who had a leader that literally just had rigged one of these buildings to blow if he needed to make it blow, and just turned it into a timer game with them. It was really fun.
I like it.
It was a good time. So yeah, like demo can be useful, and you had to do a lot more thinking beforehand to really get to why this was an X2 skill, and you had to jump through the gates of logic. But by the time you've done that, you've already kind of like lost the opportunity in some ways to have built your character around it. Instead, you've chosen to do something else. So that was always kind of the thing of like, why would I choose this skill is the bigger question.
It also kind of, I mean, realistically, some things that are times one skills should be times two skills. The science skill should be times two. Like, clearly.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it should not be easier to learn how to, mechanically, to learn how to, like, steady an auto-firing gun than it is to learn chemistry at a high level.
Right.
Like, one of those is easier than the other.
Sure.
Frankly, the incredible recoil like feeling of the times two auto fire skill, is kind of Hollywoodish. Up till you get to a certain kind of minigun. Right. You know, when you get to an LMG, okay, that makes sense as a times two skill, but that's also heavy weapons. So how do we do that? Right. Without debalancing a bunch of other stuff. It is what it is for a reason. Don't get me wrong. Right. And anyone willing to buy in to say my character is really good at biology, I feel like they deserve to be benefited for that.
Sure.
But if you want to essentially, by taking the skill, you're saying I want this to be something my character does, right?
Right.
And if one of the things you want to do is make buildings disappear, like a magician.
Yeah. Really flashy
using a credit card.
Yeah.
And making one stealth roll, maybe two stealth rolls.
Yeah. You
gotta pay 2x.
No, that's fair. And that's entirely fair. We just didn't have the tools that would have made that super possible. Yeah. So it's the fact we have a tool to be like, all right, even at the street level, you find a bag full of Semtex or whatever, and it's like, all right, cool. There it is. Like, this is what you can do with it.
Got my Semtex bag right here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's good. It's good to see the skill now has a full-blown, this is the rules justification for why you would pay X2 for this ability. Yeah.
One of the freakiest parts about like shooting an AR-15 is how easy it is to keep it on target.
Yeah.
Yep. It's not hard.
It's not. Yeah.
You know?
It's shockingly easy.
It's shockingly easy to be accurate with a firearm.
Yep.
With no training.
Yep.
As long as you aren't trying to like look like you're in a Hollywood movie. Like if you do the stuff that you see people do in police footage, you're just like, oh, hold it like this. Oh, that was way too easy.
Yeah. That's kind of what I mean. Like, training helps because I can hear Diamond.
Oh,
I can hear Diamond muttering like, well, but no, like you can get like 80% of the way there without training if you at least know how to hold it right and run it correctly. The training just seals the remaining 20%.
One time I was in Utah, and in Utah, you can shoot guns there that you can't, like, certainly you can't have them in California. I'll leave it at that.
Right.
I shot a Scar in Utah, and it was like, this thing is recoil optimized. And it's nothing. It's nothing. No felt recoil at all.
Wow.
I had never shot anything like that. I picked it up. No felt recoil.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So if anything, it's a lot of it is game balance. A lot of it is realism. It's melding those two into, Cyberpunk Red.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Anyway, and I don't want people to think that I shoot guns all the time.
No.
By the way, but you have to.
To be fair,
we live in America.
We live in America, and you
God.
also happen to be a
Compared to-
writer. Yeah.
Oh my God. I was in France earlier this year.
Yeah.
And I was telling somebody what I did for a living, and I was like, yeah, and as part of it, I do some research. And I told them what I do. And they're like, did you join the military? And I'm like, no, they just let you have this stuff in the United States.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's where I'm like, the first qualifier is
join the military.
We live in
and
the
all
U.S.
my Korean friends are like, oh yeah, I shot that gun. Yeah, I know, because we all have to join the military when we turn a certain age.
Right.
So they get it. It's just so weird.
Yeah.
It's totally different.
Yeah, it is.
We live in, as my wife puts it, 53rd world countries in a trench coat with a budget to fight the world. Or fight God, one of the two.
Or a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. But that I think does bring us...
I think we're at time.
We've hit time plus 7 minutes, but there's never enough time. Never enough time for discussing this game.
That being said, though, James, as always, thanks for coming on to the show. We appreciate you being here.
Thanks for having me. Excited to be back.
Oh yeah, no, it's been wonderful having you on.
Don't be a stranger.
And
Absolutely.
We'll have you on again. There's no question about that. Just a matter of figuring out when that is. But yeah, no, we're excited for the new Dino game, Fossilized Violence.
Dinosaur game. Good.
I'm excited for whatever this Scream Sheet thing we've heard couple rumblings about coming later this month will be. That is very exciting. But thank you, James, for being here. To everyone who is here, whether that be on Twitch or is watching this recorded afterward on YouTube or Spotify, thank you all for being here. When the glorious Fossilized Violence finally does grace the shelves of your local bookstores, or if you are like me and order your stuff online primarily because none of your local shops really carry them within like a 20-mile radius of you, you can go to tellstorianstore.com. You can use our code Wireheads. You can get 10% off, and that is a deal that we can give you.
And help support the channel as well.
Real.
It does.
That's real.
It is real. So
yeah, we recommend that.
Save money. Do it cheaper because this game is worth it at full price. But if you could get it for 10% off, why don't you?
Get a deal. Get a deal. Take it.
Yeah, but
take the deal.
Take the deal.
Best deal you're gonna get.
Do you take that deal?
I take that deal. Now we're just getting delirious. Everyone,
all right.
Chat, comment section, thank you all for being here. Thank you for enjoying this time with the three of us.
And
thanks for being here, everybody.
As always, I'm Diamond Dust.
And I am Emmerron.
I'm James Hutt.
And
the one and only.
Stay safe out there. Have a good night. And I think that's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Bye, everybody.
Absolutely.